Hello, everybody. It's Bob Anderson from Factory Direct Modulars, and I was planning on doing this video a long time ago for my 30th anniversary of being in this industry, which was January 31st, 2026 was my 30th anniversary. And we're all the way at April 28th, and I'm finally doing this video. Why is that? Well, hell, I have been busy. I have ordered and or delivered and or spec'd out more houses in the last 120 days than I've done in any 120 days period since I've been doing exactly this business here, which this Factory Direct Modulars situation's been going on for about 12 years now. Anyways, in that 30 years, I just quickly want to state that I started in working for Oakwood in Greensboro, North Carolina, or Oakwood in their corporate office. And that's kind of where I cut my teeth in this industry. Learned quickly being there that I was a black sheep of the family, because let's just put it this way: you weren't rewarded for being honest. You were rewarded for not being honest. How about that? And then I moved on to Champion, the manufacturer, which is a good organization, a great organization actually. I had a lot more in common with that organization. I was given a lot of responsibility and did a lot of work across the country. I was given a lot of responsibility for the job. Problem is, then 9/11 happened, and all the monies set aside to run this little division I was involved in dried up because of the financial crisis of 9/11 itself. And so I left Champion, very good terms, nothing big. It just, they didn't ask for 9/11. I didn't ask for 9/11. It just happened. But anyways, and then I went to go work for Countrywide Home Loans, helping people get FHA, predominantly FHA and first-time homebuyer loans to buy manufactured and modular homes throughout North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. And I was very good at it. There was even a period of at least 12 months in a row where I physically helped 40 families per month obtain an FHA or USDA style loan with lower interest rates than back in those days, those very unethical organizations, if you ask me, such as Green Tree Financial and Bombardier and things like that did 19% loans and stuff like that. And so I was, again, the black sheep of the family. But anyways, so and then we had a housing crisis, as a lot of you may know. And I had to reinvent myself, and I kind of found myself back at Champion selling modular homes, not for Champion, but by myself. And then here I am today. And throughout all these experiences, I did pull out good, because there's good in everything. And I weeded out bad. And here I am with my modular Factory Direct Modular business that's been running for about 12 years now. And the years just flew by. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't even realize it was this many years. When I hit my 10th anniversary, I had no idea. Something popped up on my phone about, memories or something, Facebook memories from our Facebook page for Factory Direct Modulars. And I'm like, holy crap, that was 10 years ago. Anyways, so one of the things that I would like to do, because I have done a lot of this in the past, and I'm going to do it right here for you as my 30th anniversary gift to you guys. is I'm going to talk about, some of the things that have been going on in the industry that are probably not helping you out, or that you may not be aware, because again, in a lot of cases, you only buy one house in your life. I've been in this industry forever, and I'm not a spring chicken, and I still have only own two houses in my life. So, you know what I mean? So, what I want to talk about is some of the things that you may come across in dealing with one of these retailers out there in the industry that may be walking you down a path of disaster. Okay, so first one I'm going to talk about, I got to look because I don't remember them in order now. First one is, oh yes, this one just blows my mind. So we can't give you a quote for a house that's been sitting in our yard for 3 years. We can't give you a quote unless you give us a deposit. You guys don't even know me. You don't even know me. And my website has, 60 houses on it that I've given you a quote right there. And I don't even know you. Nor have I necessarily ever even built that house. It's not like it's sitting right outside my office for the last 3 years, and I can't give you a quote unless you give me a deposit. Does anybody see something there? You should start picking up some crumbs based off some of the things I'm talking about. That right there tells you that they're going to slowly get you in the program before they give you the reality of how bad they're going to screw you. Come on, man. I can tell you a quote over the phone in 3 minutes. So next one. Charged to review your land. Oh, I love this one. I have literally had customers of mine that I've gone out and seen their land and walked their property. And then all of a sudden, and I'm like, oh yeah, that'd probably be a good place to put the house. Let me see your septic drawing. Okay, yeah, septic goes here, house be here, driveway here. Okay, I get it. That's cool. Whatever. And then somebody goes over to their truck and gets their checkbook out and comes up and says, how much money do we owe you for doing this? What do you mean? This is my job. I'm trying to help figure out where we're going to put your house. What do you mean you got to pay me? But that's one of the other little scams is to get a deposit big enough, and then they suck the money back out of you by quote unquote charging you to come and look at your land. Now, I'm going to tell you something. That's not where the industry used to be. It was whatever they got to do to get you to buy a house. That was all they were really focused on. They weren't focused on charging you for stupid stuff. But again, there's a reason for that. If you just go, oh, okay, that's $1,700. Oh, okay. And they take $1,700 out of your $2,000 deposit, let's just say, because they reviewed your land. That's $1,700 further down the rabbit hole you are to buying the house from them. And they know that. It's harder for you to say, let's go get a different dealer, even though Bob's going to save us $40,000. We've already given these idiots $1,700. I like that one. Next one, third one on here. You apply for your loan at the dealer lot. Let me explain something to you. Again, remember, I used to work at Oakwood. When you apply for your loan at the dealer lot, do you know what you're doing? You're telling the dealer everything about you. You're telling the dealer, for example, that you have a 401k with $18,000 in it. You have a checking account with $9,000 in it. You have a deed to 2 pieces of land. You're filling out all these assets because you're trying to bow up and show how important you are. I'm just explaining how it works. And then the dealer has all that information when he turns around and sends it to his lender to get you approved. He also knows, or she also knows in the back of their mind, Well, Joe over here, he's got $10,000 in his bank, plus he's got 18 grand in his 401k. So we got to figure out how to suck that money out of him. Yeah. With me, I say, here's some lenders. You call them, you talk to them, you tell them your situation. I really don't care. I don't care if you got $1 million sitting in the bank, but you want to get a loan anyways. Doesn't matter to me. All I need is the lender to tell me, yes, they qualify for the amount of money that you've said it costs to build this house. Go ahead and build it, Bob. That's it. I don't use it as a tool to take advantage of you. But they do. Let's go to the next one. Fourth, quote from home, then total price months later. Gee, I wonder what organization that would be. What organization gives you a quote for the home, leads you to believe that's what you're paying for the home? And then, by the way, all under convenience, they tell you a month or 2 or 3 down the road, as you get mentally more and more sucked into the fact that you've bought this house, that, oh, by the way, there's another $50, $60, $70, $80, $90,000 that you owe us to build the house. What dealer does that? I bet you all can guess. And you go out on their website for each one of their little lots, they got a price on there. The price is absolutely meaningless. Means absolutely nothing. Some of their dealership lots are so corrupt, they'll actually have you come in and sign a contract for that home. And then have you walk out the door thinking you've bought that home. When the whole time you didn't buy. But what they want you to do is go home and tell your mom, your uncle, your cousin, your nephews, your brothers, everybody in your church that you've bought this house. Holy crap, here's the floor plan. Here's all the specs. These are the colors of the cabinets we're getting. Woo! And then they wait about a month and go, oh, by the way, we need you to just come in and sign some more paper from the factory. That's this thing right here. And when you when you come on in, we just got a couple other paperwork we need you to clarify some stuff on. And then you come in and they pretend like they need you to look at this. And then at the end they slide you this thing called a contract to build. And that's where the magic $80,000 comes from. And by the way, I've had grown adults call me crying because this has happened to them. Grown adults. Yeah. It's criminal. I get it. I mean, unfortunately, it's not criminal. It's unethical. Unfortunately, it's not criminal. It's unethical. Next, and last one I want to talk about is years in business. So, there's a few dealers that I'm not going to name right now. There's 2 right off the top of my head. Actually, there's a third. This is a little further back. But there are dealers out there that have had to magically change their name with the state of North Carolina and, their insurance companies and stuff like that, because they've had to reopen up under a different entity to hide past sins. Matter of fact, I just thought of a 4th one. Yeah. My construction group has been in business since 2014. My S Corp that markets these houses has been legally formed in the state of North Carolina as an S Corp since 2020. As an entity prior to that, because I had it as a sole proprietorship before that, all the way back to 2014 also. Okay? I don't have to change my name. I don't have to change my entity. I don't have to do any of that stuff because I'm not hiding past sins. You guys know who you are. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a few of them scared that I'm going to say their names right now. Anyways, that's my little 30-year anniversary bonus to you people. If any of these things are happening to you in the process of buying your house, run. Run. Everybody have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.